Hello lovelies, I'm Imogen and welcome to my desk. This is a little bit different to what I normally do. Normally what I do on here is planning and stuff. I mean, this is planner related. Basically, I thought I would do a review or like first impressions of the Northern Hemisphere version of the 2026 Witch's Diary. And I'm doing this because all the ones that I've seen so far seem to be the Southern Hemisphere. So you can get in Southern, you can get in Northern, and I have the Northern version because I'm in the UK. This book does say Reclaiming the Magic of the Old Ways, and it is by, I'm going to murder these names, Flavia Kate Peters and Barbara Meiklejohn-Free. Murdered. I will put their Instagrams below so you can check out both of those lovely ladies. So this is the 2026, which is green. I believe 2025 was purple, 2024 was red, 2023 was black and white, and I think that's when they first started publishing The Witch's Diary. So I think it is a fairly new-ish product, but my goodness, it is lovely. I did want to get it last year and this year, but I didn't, and now I'm getting it for 2026. It's happening. I'm reclaiming back my power, and this is going to help with that journey. So on the inside, we have Awaken the Witch Within, and we have a blurb. I won't spoil too much of it. I'm not going to read it, but we have this awesome cover. And I love this holographic foiled bat on the front. Not holographic, just foiled. Silver foil, gorgeous. And I believe the idea of this is that you can use it as a bookmark. So if you're anywhere in your book, you can hold your page. And the back cover, there's those two lovely ladies, is the same deal. So if you're anywhere in your book, you can use the back cover as a bookmark, like so, which I think is a really neat idea. I believe that's what the point of these bifold covers are for. So we get in, we start with the 2026, which is diary. We have another graphic of that awesome bat. We have what looks like maybe a death moth with a skull and a pentacle, and Pioneers of the Craft. As said, I'm not going to read this because I really would encourage you to purchase this for yourself. Hail and welcome, so you get a welcome intro, and there's a Baphomet satanic looking thing in the front, which might upset some people, might not upset others. And then we have some symbols around the outside of that, which is cool. Moon phases, we have the information on the dark and the old moon, waxing, first, waning. Said that the wrong way around. Oh no, I didn't. Waxing first, waxing full, waning, last quarter, and waning. Learn to read. And then we have a beautiful moon phase around the outside. Lunary and solar eclipses for 2026 and 2027. Full moons. It doesn't appear to have the full moon or the new moon dates like at a glance, but I believe they are on the date pages. But that's no problem. I can just add something in if I really need it in this book. The Wheel of the Year, and this is where it's going to differ. So because I'm in the Northern Hemisphere, we start with Yule in December, and Imbolc obviously going round through to Samhain in October. We do have the dates here, so Imbolc February 1st in 2026, because the dates do move slightly. Ostara's 20th of March, Beltane, Litha, blah, blah, blah. Now, if you were in the Southern Hemisphere, basically because you're on the other side of the earth, like the seasons are flipped. So we celebrate differently to the other side of the world. This for me is normal, it's commonplace, it's what you kind of expect to see when you search for the Wheel of the Year. So yeah, so in the Southern Hemisphere, these are all different. And that's the main difference, other than obviously the moon phases, because on the other side of the earth, the phases are the other way around to the way we see them. Yeah, so then we go on to planting and harvesting days, which is really cool. Then the planets. Would have liked a little bit more on planets and astrology, because that's one of my things that I want to focus on next year, or generally that I focus on. Goddess and moon phases. So we have goddess information, magical weekdays. Kind of wish there was a space to be able to write your own stuff in, maybe, because there's some other stuff that I would have liked to have seen in here. Magical moon times and casting spells, magical meaning of colors. So it does have kind of like a Book of Shadows / Grimoire, like a little info in the beginning. It'll be useful to some. Don't know how useful it'll be to me, but enjoy that it is in here. And then magical directions and elements, tree of power, and we have some information about different types of trees or woods. More trees, more woods, and then we get into the diary. So this isn't bad, I don't think. Like, there's like just a few pages of that, and then we get into the actual diary itself. Let's just go to the back. Okay, so we start off in January, and we have lovely January imagery. We have some information for January, goddess and crone. We have the week, and that includes things like the full moon is a super moon and some events that happen on different days. If you follow that kind of information, which I think would be really cool to look into, even if you don't. Learning is always fun. Learning about other cultures and the way that other people practice is always lovely. New Year's spell, which is wonderful. And then we have the next week of January, then another spell, some more information, another week, back-to-back weeks, and then some more information, and then we're on to February, and that repeats in that sort of pattern. So when we do get on to festivities like Imbolc, there's like a whole page for Imbolc celebrations and information. And going through the book, it is just a lot of information. So you have something to study each week or look into each week, which I think I need. Sometimes I don't know what to look at or what to practice or what to do or what to get into. And I think these might be some really awesome kicking off points for journaling, kicking off points for practice, learning, study, dark academia stuff I'm really into, learning about all sorts of different stuff. Love that raven image right there. So yes, I really love it as black and white. I really love the information pages are white on black, while the diary pages are black and white. And yeah, just ultimately absolutely gorgeous. And we do go all the way through to the end. When we do get to the end of the book, we have a ritual magic witchy tip. Last week of December, first week of January. Then we have a witches of royalty. So this just has some information on different witches and the day they were born and died. I will let you look into that for yourself. Witch museums and memorial places to visit. These are all in UK. These ones. Scotland, that's UK. And then there's America, Iceland, Netherlands, Germany, Switzerland, Spain. So around the world, there are different places of which you might like to visit. Witch organizations down here at the bottom, which is really cool. Witchy facts. And then, as I said on the back cover, there's information about the authors. And that takes us onto the back page, which, again, this is silver foiled. I don't know how well you can pick that up, but it's stunning. So I am very excited to bring this book into my practice, into my blogging, journaling, diarying stuff that I'm doing next year. I did just do a video on my planner, and I also have the sequence that I plan to use as a journal. I will be altering this planner a little bit in an upcoming video. I don't think I'm really going to do a video on the sequins. I did get the A6 squared sequins. Yep. So this is my planner lineup for 2026, and I am very excited about it.